Welcome to the Dr. April Jasper Show, relevant conversations for business owners of today. We are proud to be sponsored by Zeiss. Zeiss has been a partner in our practice for so many years. We appreciate all of their innovation, their attention to bringing us new products to bring value to our patients. We're thrilled to have our new OCT-A with the Cirrus 6000 in our practice. It has already been a tremendous asset to our practice. Our patients love it. Now is the time to invest in technology. Welcome, everyone, back to the Dr. April Jasper Show. David and I are excited to talk to you about some end-of-year topics.
Oh, yeah.
So David knows I go a little crazy at the end of the year with trying to be sure that we're efficient. We buy whatever equipment we need to buy, and we encourage our patients to come in and spend their end-of-year benefits. Mm-hmm. Now, there's a reason for that, though. What is the reason I started getting like this? Do you remember what it was like in the old days?
For which one? The equipment or the patients?
You choose.
No,
you pick one.
Tell me which one you're talking about.
So the equipment buying is typically because there's a tax benefit.
Correct. There is a tax benefit. You definitely want to get and the thing is you just have to have the equipment delivered. That's the main thing. You have to have it delivered. You don't even have to have it paid for, honestly, by the end of the year. You have to have it in your office, though, by the end of the year and using it. So, yeah, and that's just a tremendous tax credit if you're not doing that. There's a Section 179 and the ADA tax credit, which is just incredible. If you don't use that, you have to use that.
Right. Talk to your accountant, of course.
Yes.
We are not accountants.
No.
But we do have good ones that help us take care of things like that. And this is the time of year where really everybody should be looking at their taxes and what can I do right now? Mm-hmm. Do I need to put more towards charity? Do I need to put more in savings? My retirement.
Yep.
This is the time to start thinking about it. And that as a business is really important because you can lose a lot of money that you don't need to lose because you didn't plan well.
Right.
So that was really, I think, what started us down the path of buying technology.
Yeah.
I will never forget that first technology piece we bought in Tallahassee when we were still in the Walmart Vision Centers. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
I bought my own auto refractor because it could do auto refraction, but it could also do a visual acuity chart so people could actually check we could check their vision.
Yeah.
We could check their glasses, and we used it to do screenings out in the main center.
Yep.
We weren't busy enough, and so David and I said, well, what can we do? We need a tax credit, and we need a way to be able to bring in more patients.
It's funny. People thought we were crazy. They're like, you're buying what? You're doing what?
Right.
And you're in Walmart?
You don't need to buy anything. And we loved it. We used it actually.
It was amazing.
With patients, too. It was very accurate. And I'll never forget the person who sold it to us, the consultant or rep, as you might call them. He still works with us today. He's with another company, and we love him so much. He's been a great friend. Yeah, he's been a good friend to us.
25 years ago.
And Bill, you know who you are. You said you told the story so many times, and he would go around saying, yeah, that April, guess what she and David did? But that was the first time and the first piece of equipment we ever purchased.
It's a catch-22 though, because you buy something. Well, no, then you end up buying it, and then you're like, oh, well, next year, what's going to happen? So you really have to plan for the next year to be off a year, or you got to buy more equipment the next year to get the same credit.
Right.
So you really have to think forward.
Well, and that's
what you're doing.
That's what I was going to tell everybody too. And what you have us do, David, is we sit down about this time of year, and we plan out what does next year look like. So we plan our budget.
Yep.
We look at what we've spent, what we look like we will need to spend next year. Mm-hmm. We look at what our tax, what is the word? I want to not say it because I hate to even say it out loud, but tax liability will be. And we look at our projections for what could our office do? I mean, what does it look like business is going to be like? We're in an election year, so shouldn't next year be better? Well, don't answer that, but we hope so.
It's been
We
interesting.
can't get political on this
show.
It's
been an interesting last couple of months, that's for sure. Because you just don't know what's going to happen, and people honestly have been feeling it. There was a lot. We have a lot of optometry friends that are going, "What is happening with the economy and with business in general?"
And that's another reason we wanted to do this segment, because we do have a lot of friends who are struggling. Mm-hmm. They're not meeting their numbers to the point where they're so slow it's been hard to pay the bills.
Yeah.
And so we did want to have this conversation because what we want to do is share with you some of the things that have helped us over the years. And one of them is technology, bringing in technology. And I even said on a webinar we did last night that if you aren't doing something called medically necessary contact lenses, every patient has
Yep.
that benefit.
Yep.
And so you could get the technology and learn the skills and be able to do that.
Yep.
One of the other things I think, though, that is important this time of year is to be sure to remind your patients about their end of year benefits.
Right.
So a lot of jobs you have HSA, FSA benefits. What else do they call them? I don't know. Those are the two terms I know.
I don't even know, but a lot of people have used up their deductible. So if they
Right.
don't even have
On-
HSAs,
yep.
they can still have met their deductible. So why not use their benefits? That's going to go towards their insurance anyways.
Right. So look up your insurance benefits and see what you have available and make sure you max it out, because
Right.
if you don't use it, you lose it.
Right.
And that's what one of our campaigns always is use it or lose it.
Yep.
And so make sure you do that. And what we do is we send out either an e-blast or a social media post or both of them that we try to change up. So what the ideal situation would be is to take a product. So you can take any of the frames we have sitting here behind us, and you take a frame, take an image of it, one of the frames that you want to style and you want to show,
Right.
and then your post can have something about using your HSA benefits with it, or use your insurance benefits before they expire.
Right.
And then you can take other products, your glasses, not just your glasses, but sunglasses you could use as well, eye drops, cleaning cloths for your glasses, your vitamins that we sell in the practice. I mean, whatever it is that you're doing and selling, we send out an email about MacuHealth. I mean, we have anything that we have in our practice that we believe in.
Right.
This is a great time to say,
To highlight it.
yes, exactly. Use your money on it,
Yeah.
because otherwise, I mean, I've seen people go into Walgreens and spend their money on Band-Aids
Right.
because they're just trying to spend their money, and
It's
they figure
there.
one day I'll use them.
Well, you're going to lose the cash, right? I mean, you are going to lose
Right.
that money. It's not going to roll over.
Right.
So, I mean, so what technology are we talking about?
Technology, yeah. So how do we get off on that? Well, that was just because we want people to make money.
Right.
We are thrilled to have CooperVision as a sponsor of our show. CooperVision is a global leader in contact lenses, serving eye care professionals and lens wearers in over 130 countries with the widest range of prescription options. CooperVision can be trusted to have a contact lens that meets your vision, lifestyle, and budget needs. From 1 day to 1 month replacement lenses, there are lenses for most prescriptions in any lifestyle or budget. CooperVision brings us the first and only soft contact lens designed for myopia control and FDA approved to slow the progression of myopia in age-appropriate children. Thank you to CooperVision for living your mission to provide innovative products to help millions of people see better each day. And so the other way to bring value and increase your revenues is to bring in technology. So David and I just up-traded. Did you know that's a word?
Yeah, I just found out.
I didn't know. I kept saying upgrade, and I felt bad because that implies that the other one wasn't any good. And although this one is better, anyway, we up-traded to the Zeiss Cirrus 6000 with OCTA.
Right.
So it is incredible. Wait till you guys see it. If you have an older technology, which everybody does because this is brand new, then this is a great time to uptrade, because what you can do is have them take the one you have currently. They're giving some great deals to people to move them into the newer technology.
Yep.
And every single year, patients expect that we're going to have something different and better.
Right. And honestly, we can't get rid of it.
What do you mean?
We can't just lose that piece of
Oh.
equipment. If we decided if something happened to it and it doesn't work anymore, or we just weren't going to use it anymore, we can't just have an empty spot.
Right.
You got to
Patients
fill
know.
it. They know. They honestly know. They're like, wait, I missed that one test.
What about that
I didn't have
one?
that test. It was crazy.
Right.
People come in and be like, I'm not getting that test this year. What happened? You're
Exactly.
like, oh, get back out there. What
Yeah.
happened?
Oh, well, I meant to do that right after this. No, I act as if that happens often. It doesn't. We don't
No.
typically forget the run and the routine.
But they will miss
But
something.
they would notice.
They will.
Heck
And they've
yeah.
said something to us before.
Right.
So-
it's important to have the technology. But what I love about something new is that we can uptrade and we can bring in something new. And our first OCT ever was in our other office space over there.
Yeah. When did we get that? Was that 2005
It was as soon as it came out.
maybe?
I'm pretty sure we were one of the very first people to purchase the very original Stratus. Is that what
Yeah.
it was called? The Stratus
s-
OCT?
Yeah.
And at the time, optometrists weren't buying technology like that. But we had so many glaucoma patients in our practice that we said, whatever it is that's going to make us more efficient.
I'm just thinking,
What are
I
you
can
laughing
remember
at?
the rep.
Oh, David.
I can
I don't know
remember.
if you believed him or if you believed me.
I'm like, wait a second. Because he was in shock
Yep.
when you told him the numbers.
Right. So
And I was like, wait, are you sure those are the numbers? Because this thing's expensive. And are we going to be able to afford it?
it was. You
And
guys
it-
remember. I mean, they're still expensive, but here's the
Yeah.
deal.
Back then, though, yeah.
We called him up and we said we want to bring in this technology. So he shows up at the office and, well, to be fair, our
No.
office was not very impressive. It did not look pretty
I don't
on the
know
outside.
how many optometrists actually had that
And not very
machine
many, yeah,
at the
not,
time.
not very many optometrists were doing this. So I wear a white jacket when I see patients. And in my white jacket at the time, I had a prescription pad.
Yep.
And what I had been doing is every single time I saw a patient
Mm-hmm.
that I could run that test on, I would make a line, a hash mark on
Right.
the prescription pad.
Yep.
And so when he came in, he literally looked at me and said, I don't think that you know what you're talking about. Are you sure,
Are you sure
want
you have the
this?
patience to do this?
And I pull that prescription pad out. And poor Dave, you must have been like, oh my gosh, I hope April knows what she's doing. I pull that prescription pad out. I show it to him. And I think I had on there 65 hash marks.
It was crazy.
And I said to him, this is how many patients that I could have done this test on this month alone. And the month isn't even over.
No, we were like 15 days in, I think. We weren't even,
We
it was
had
like
that
half
many
a month.
glaucoma
Yeah,
patients,
you were,
diabetes, you name it. I
Yep.
had that much going on in the practice.
that was amazing. He looked at us. It was just so funny to remember his response. He's like, okay, here we go.
And do you know how much they were paying for OCTs back then? The insurance was paying $130 for an OCT. So the payment on that thing was probably, I don't know, what was it, $4,000 or $5,000 a month?
No,
Well, I don't even remember.
Yeah, no,
maybe
it was-
$2,500 a
no,
month.
it wasn't that much. We didn't, no. It was
So-
probably about $1,200 a month.
Whatever the payment was, I
Oh,
blew
yeah,
that
we
out
blew
of the
that.
water.
Yeah, it was like, okay.
And so anyway, he looked at us and said, okay, I think it sounds like you know what you're doing. We'll get you one right on in here. So that was our first one. We upgraded that one. We're on probably our fourth, if not our fifth OCT, and not because they're all bad quality, but because we're so glad that the company has been very
Right.
innovative. They have come up with better
Yeah.
ways to be able to implement new processes, which are better for my patients.
Yeah.
So that's the latest technology that we've brought in. We also have a new IOP measurement. We have the new Tonovera from Reichert.
Right.
Oh my gosh, that thing's incredible too. You guys have to do that. Now, do I need all of it? Yes, of course. David does.
I don't
help
know.
me. Well, here's what's kind of fun though. So if you start looking, this is what's going to happen to people. It happens to us every time. We're telling you go out and spend some money because it's going to bring value to you and to your patients. But you're going to go out and start looking, and you're going to find 5 things you want. And then you're going to go, wait a minute, how much of a tax benefit can I get?
Yeah.
So here's what's nice about doing that now is you can buy 2 of them now. Wait until January if you really want to have them for all of next year, and you can buy 2 more. They go on next year's revenue or
Oh, yeah.
liability.
Definitely.
And then you can take the tax benefit a lot better, I think,
Right,
on
right.
all of what you want.
Yeah.
But I think one of the things that is the other thing, so glaucoma, we know there's a lot now with diabetes and different treatments that can be done. So I would definitely invest in your OCT technology. I think it's great to bring in new ways to be able to measure IOP and to be able to be more efficient in the practice.
Right.
A digital phoropter, if you don't have one, save yourself the bone spur I have.
Yep.
And then I think the next thing to start thinking about is what do you need to be able to build medically necessary contact lenses? So I've talked about it a few times, but I really want you to know that is a revenue stream that is incredible. And those are patients that are already coming in the door. And if you're not taking care of them, they're going and finding someone elsewhere, or nobody is. And so
Yeah.
they're not being cared for as they should, when we not only can do that in our practice, but the technology you need really isn't very costly. So a good
Right.
topographer, there's companies out there now that offer the topography, the lenses, and the education to be able to do this all in one shot.
Love it.
All right. So technology is a big deal. I think it's really important at this time of the year to be investing in technology. It doesn't matter if the year feels like it's not the best one for you. Let's turn it around and make next year even better.
Absolutely.
And maybe this is a year that you really need a tax credit. So think about it. It's a good time to call your rep and say what's new. And likely they're probably going to have some really good deals because it's the end of the year as well.
Absolutely.
You okay with the technology we got, Dave?
I think so.
All right. We appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for being here. You get to hear it from the finance guy and from the doctor that just dreams and wants it all. But together we kind of come up with a path, plan out your budget, plan out your marketing process for next year. There's a lot. And we'll talk about marketing again maybe the next time because that's a good topic. And we'll get our...
And we're here. It's that time of year. Let's go.
We'll get our marketing team involved. Make them put on jeans and a shirt that they can sit in the podcast and then they can talk and we can sit and record.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate you.